It's settling down here now. It's nice. School has started. So things are kind of settling back into a routine. A couple of the boys are doing some different things that they haven't done before, which is good. I'm really glad. I'm just kind of adjusting to different schedules. But I have something super, super exciting to show you guys. A couple of things kind of came together for this to happen. And Liam is coming out the door, just so y'all are forewarned. I was helping a couple of the boys set up a project for their reading classes, their English classes. Two of them are in middle school now, and Hunter had these projects last year as well, so we set them up the same way last year. They have to do a book every quarter, and it's a full project. They have to read the book, take notes. They have some guided, note-taking things they have to do, and then they have to put together a presentation. They have several different types they can choose from, and he was feeling a little overwhelmed by getting all of that done. They do it every quarter, so it's about every 9 weeks roughly. So we had sketched out, he and Jack both carried just a single field notes notebook to write down their assignments and whatnot in. So in the back of that, we had set up breaking down that book into how many weeks to read it and take notes, how much of it he should read and take notes on every week, leaving enough time to put together the project and practice the presentation and all that good stuff. So we were doing that again this year, obviously, because school just started. So Jack had never done it before, so I was showing him, and Hunter was setting his up, and I was kind of watching over that. And at the same time, in my head, lately it has occurred to me that I've developed a couple of kind of bad planning habits. One of them I've definitely broken. One Book July did that for me. But the having a long view of your projects, like I was trying to encourage the boys to have, was something I kind of lost track of. I have lists in the back of my personal size planner that are, all the videos I want to do, all of the Evernote series I want to do, all the What's Your Why Not videos I want to do, the coding that needs to be done, the big list, just like the big random, Hunter and Jack need new shelves in their rooms and stuff like that. What I was doing was going through that stuff every week and going through each list and picking a couple of things to do. And if you guys look back through the list of videos that have been done on this channel in the last several months, I'm not able to keep up. I have not been keeping up with the Evernote series. I haven't been keeping up with the What's Your Why Not series. And to me, that shows that somewhere along the way I'm doing it is not working, right? It's broken. Part of it is a time issue, a lot of people, a lot of stuff going on, but part of it is just the way I was planning it. I had stopped taking a long view of my projects. I hope that's not too much background noise. They're doing something with a tree or something back over on the next block over way back, and it's loud. Anyway, I had completely lost sight of taking a long view. I was taking a weekly view of my projects, and while I was mulling that over, it came time to set up the boys' book projects with them, and kind of all clicked. I'm not setting up my own projects like this, and yet I'm encouraging them to do it. So I grabbed a piece of paper and I sketched out what I thought would work. It looks a lot like what I set up for the boys. And I got in touch with Fish and was like, hey, I just had an idea. I sent her pictures of my horrible sketches, and asked her, is this possible? And she not only took them and made them into exactly what I was hoping, but she made them better. So if you haven't looked, if you go to the DIYFish shop on Etsy or the DIYFish group on Facebook, she has posted both a trial and a full set of these field note sized planning pages, project pages. They can be used for a myriad of things. They don't have to just be used for projects. That was just my initial, this is what I need. This is what I'm lacking, and because it'll help me take a long view. It takes the whole month, which was what Fish added, which was brilliant. The month folds out, and then you have one page that is each week of the month laid out horizontally. Okay, so they're all listed, and then there's one page per week, so you can take everything you want to do for the month, break them down into what weeks you want to do them, and then take those and break them down into manageable steps within each week. And it's not amongst my big lists, it's separate from all of those lists, and it's all broken down for you, so it just kind of walks you right through it. Fish is brilliant. Fish, you are brilliant. So I want to show these to you guys. Somebody in the group when Fish posted them did say, oh, I'm surprised Carrie didn't ask for personal size. I didn't, and here's why. I like planning in a field note size as far as projects, especially videos and whatnot. My lists, my daily pages, I'm finding right now, I really like to have in a personal size. That's just working for me right now. I had set up my field note size for September. Well, toward the end of August, I was playing with it a little bit, and the daily pages are just going to be a little too crowded in a field note size for me right now. So I set everything up in here. I do like my lists a little bit better in a personal size as well. Like I've told you guys before, that's my comfort size. The nice thing about having these in here is for the week, this is about how much room I need to plan out the steps for, especially for videos. And then I have a separate notebook in here that is all the prep for those videos, like what links I need to find, you know, all those little notes. I'll show you how I have it set up. I am going to show you guys the full system, what's going on here. I don't know when that is going to go up. You'll see when I show you these when I have it planned to go up. Probably not next week, probably the week after that, but we'll see. The nice thing about having them in what for me is a separate notebook is I can look at the project pages the way I have them scheduled out in here while I am setting up my week in here. So I don't have to do the flippy back and forth thing. Down the road, not sure, so please check with Fish. Down the road, they may be available in other sizes other than field notes, but right now from what I've seen, I'm only seeing the field note size. So I will put the link to these new pages down below. There's both a trial and a full set. I will tell you that if you purchase them when you're putting them together, I had a little bit of a brain cramp as far as like the folding. I had one that I felt like wasn't right. And it's fine. It's perfectly fine. It's nothing that Fish has set up incorrectly at all. It was just my brain. The best advice I can give you when you're putting these together, I will also say that I had only had like half a cup of coffee when I was putting them together. They were in my inbox first thing the other day, so I like jumped on it right away while it was quiet. So I hadn't had quite enough coffee to wrap my brain around the whole booklet thing yet. So remember whose brain we're dealing with, guys. So if you fold the pages in the order that they print out, now I have a duplex printer, so this worked for me. I cannot say it's going to work for everybody, but I just told it to print on both sides, told it which edge to flip on, and I just had to make sure I assembled them in the order that they printed out. So I just kept them in that pile and started folding in half, and it worked out fine, okay? If you guys have any questions, let me know, or holler at the Facebook group, or ask Fish. But they worked perfectly fine once I got another half a cup of coffee in me and just turned my brain on a little bit. So I'm gonna flip the camera around. That's how these came about, long story short. And I will show you guys how I'm using them. It won't be a full system setup right now. I'm just gonna show you the project pages, but I will take you through within the next week or two my full setup, how it's working right now. Okay, thank you guys so much. I hope you're doing well, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, thanks, bye-bye. Okay guys, so I am so excited to show you these pages. Two little caveats. I just got done recording the intro to this, and I warned you about the chainsaw racket going on. I think it's a block or two away, but it is so loud that I can even hear those guys yelling at each other from here. So we're gonna hope that the swearing that I can hear from here, that maybe the camera won't pick it up so you guys don't have to hear it. Secondly, Liam is kind of just walking around in circles out here. I think he's getting a little tired, so. He's been sick. He was sick. Last week was the first week of school, and of course when you take kids to the pediatrician's office for checkups, inevitably the youngest one is going to be the one who ends up sick from being around all the other sick kids who are at the pediatrician's office, and that was Liam. So he's finally starting to feel better, but he's kind of up and down, and I think he's kind of hitting a down phase. You know what? I'm going to move us over a little bit and see. Yeah, it doesn't really help. Okay, shadow of the tripod leg, sorry. Okay, so field note size notebook, okay, and here is what the new pages look like. What I have is September, October, November, and December, okay? So the September printed as its own separate little booklet because, you know, Fish will offer the trials in like a 3-month set. I honestly forgot to look. Shoot, I forgot to look before I started recording this to see what months she is offering in the trial. So go check that. If it is September through December, what I did was I put together the September booklet and I stapled it, and then the very back page of the September booklet I put to the back of the entire booklet that was October through December to hold it in place, and then the whole thing is held in here with the elastic from the leather notebook. The reason that worked, at least for me, was because week 40, the last week of September, the 1st of October is on Thursday, so the week is split across 2 months. So when I get to week 40, that's gonna fall into October for me anyway, just the way that I plan. So that's why that worked. I'm not gonna use that week 40 sheet because there is another week 40 sheet included in the October portion. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay, and we're gonna hope the battery doesn't die. So here is what we have. September, fold out month. Okay, so this I'm going to be using, I have not filled it in yet because obviously it's the end of the first week. I'm still trying to decide exactly what days I want what posted. So I haven't filled this in yet. This is gonna get filled in probably today or tomorrow. I need to make some time to do that. I know what I want on there, I just need to do it. So that gives you the whole month, okay? And I'm gonna keep any events off of there. And here's why. The flip side of that is any events going on during the month. And that I kept to stuff not like, oh, pick up so-and-so, drop off so-and-so, nothing like that. But like Friday nights, there are football games at the high school right now. A couple of the boys want to go to those. That can be a lot of driving for me, so that's going to be a chunk of time. I kept these to things that are going to be a chunk of time. Open house at the middle school, days that one of the boys has band contests, one of the boys has a dentist appointment, road trip for Mike, that kind of thing. So those are the things that I put up there, not the daily pick up, drop off. I have that in my daily and weekly pages. I don't need it here. This is solely my projects. Down here is a section to put your projects. So here I've put for the month all of the projects that I want to get done in September. The upside to having this here is it's keeping me from going through my big lists every week and picking out projects I want to do on a weekly basis. I've chosen them for the month and then I am done. And because what I'll do is I'll dig into these lists every single week and I'll get distracted. I'll start to feel bogged down because the lists are so long. I pick what I want for the month and I get out of my lists, okay, and just focus on these. Your next sheet over is each section is a week of the month. So here's the first week of September, second week of September, and so on, okay? The week numbers are here and the dates are over here. And then all I did was pull from this list. Here's the stuff I want to get done in September. What do I want to get done in the first week of September? And as you can see, there's white out because I wasn't sure when these pages were coming out and I wanted to get this video posted as soon as the pages came out. So this was going to go up today instead of this, and this I had put tentatively down here for next week. So flip-flop those around real quick. So I whited that out. And then, so that helps you schedule out for the month. Here's everything I want to get done. When am I going to get it done? What week? Okay, and then each page beyond that for the month is a page per week. Okay, so here I have put in, like here was the one that I moved to next week. So I put that up here. What do I need to do? I need to prep for this video, I need to record it, I need to edit it, I need to write the post, and I need to post it. So I know all the steps that I need to get done for this particular project. I know all the steps I need to get done for this particular project. And then down here is kind of prep stuff for one of next week's projects. I can see it easily because I already have it planned. So over the weekend maybe, or at the end of this week, if I have these projects done, I can easily see what's coming up next week so I can start to prepare for it. That is another one of my big downfalls, is I'm not prepping enough in advance. With videos, I kind of tend to wing it. That's fine if it works for you. It worked for me for a long time. It's not working for me anymore. So that is a bad habit I need to break. And so everything is broken down for you. And then here's next week, the week after that, and then we are into October, and October is exactly the same. Fold out of the month, your events, what projects you want to do for the month, the entire month broken down by week, and then 1 week per page to break down your steps. Now, things like prepping a video, you know, if I have links, if I have notes, like here's the next, I have a separate notebook for that. Here's the next Evernote video. Here's all the stuff I want to make sure I get included in that video. Okay, so I have put that in a separate notebook. If you're using this, say, for one big project, there might even be enough room on one page for you to get notes regarding that project on here. I can think of a ton of uses for this, you guys. If you have some big, huge work project or a home renovation, kids' school projects, that's how this kind of started. Like I said, it kind of all fell into place between helping the boys set up their book projects for the quarter and me knowing that I've developed a couple of really bad planning habits that I want to break. And you know, I did what I always do when I know I've developed a bad planning habit, is I just go back to a blank. You know, I just took some graph paper, cut it to this size because I like this size, and I just started sketching out what I needed. And it ended up looking a lot like what I sketched out for the boys to use. And the beauty of this being, somebody had said on the Facebook group, oh my goodness, I can't believe it's not personal size if Carrie wanted it. I had considered asking her about personal size when I first brought it up to Fish, but the nice thing about having it in here, separate from where my daily and weekly planning pages are, is then I can just pull from this week without having any distractions, nothing else to see here to distract me. I can only see my projects, not, oh, so-and-so's fundraiser is due on such and such a date, and oh, don't forget to put the ribs in at such and such a time, and stuff like that. I'm not distracted by all of that kind of daily stuff. I'm focused solely on my projects. I don't even have my project lists in here. Those live in here. So I pulled what I wanted for the month out of my project lists back here, and that is what went down in this section, and then I put this away, okay? And then when I set up the week, that was when I went to this and went, okay, here's what I want to get done this week. Okay, so it's helping me to focus just on projects, first of all, and not get distracted by everybody else's stuff that kind of has to go in my planner because it's stuff I have to kind of help make happen, right? I'm not getting distracted, and I'm also not getting distracted by these huge lists of videos and posts and essays to write and tech coding to do and, you know, the big list of random stuff that needs to be done. I am solely focusing on here. And with Liam getting a little bit older and the phase he's in and the different schedule going on here, I really had developed this bad habit of just picking and choosing per week and not focusing with a longer view. And that was what I really need to do, is focus with a longer view. For me right now, a longer view is a month. Okay, so that is it. If you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. If you're looking for these in a different size, Fish may make them available in a different size. She and I kind of talked about it, but nothing really definite or anything, so don't quote me on that, okay? So if you have questions, let me know. Give us a holler at the Facebook group for DIYFish if you have questions there. And if you guys use these, you know, post your pictures and tell us what you're using them for, because I can think of a ton of different uses for something like this, because it helps me get out of the day-to-day stuff. It broadens my view a little bit. So I want to see how you guys are going to use these. Okay, so show us. All right, thank you guys so much. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.